Welcome to Native Bloodline, the channel where ancient survival wisdom comes alive. Before modern technology, before cities, heaters, and matches, there were people who survived the harshest storms, freezing winters, and unforgiving wilderness using nothing but nature and knowledge. This is not just history. This is how humans survived when nature showed no mercy to our or Native Americans. Fire was never a luxury. It was life itself. In a world without modern shelter or protection, fire meant warmth in deadly cold, safety from wild animals, and food that could be cooked and preserved. Without fire, survival was almost impossible. Freezing nights, wet clothes, and hunger could end lives quickly. Fire dried animal skins, hardened tools, and brought families together in the darkest moments. It was also deeply spiritual. Many tribes believed fire was a sacred gift, something alive that had to be respected and protected. Children were taught early that losing fire was not just dangerous, but dishonorable. That is why fire was always planned for, guarded, and never taken lightly. Starting a fire in perfect weather is easy, but Native Americans mastered fire when conditions were at their worst. Heavy rain soaked the ground, snow buried the land, and strong winds threatened every spark. Instead of fighting nature, they worked with it. Fires were built near rocks, fallen trees, riverbanks, or shallow pits to block wind. Snow was cleared down to bare earth so flames could survive. Small sparks were fed slowly with the driest materials first, while larger wet wood was warmed nearby until it could burn. During storms, fire was never left alone. One person shielded it, another fed it. Fire was treated like a living being that needed care to survive. They also understood that not all fire comes from dry wood. Native Americans knew the hidden materials of the forest. Birch and cedar bark could burn even when wet because of natural oils. Tinder fungus held sparks for long periods, allowing fire to grow slowly and safely. Dry grass, shredded roots, pine needles, and seed fluff were collected ahead of time and stored carefully. Pine resin burned hot and resisted moisture, making it powerful in bad weather. These materials were prepared before storms arrived and kept dry in pouches, animal hide, or close to the body. Nature itself provided the tools, if you knew where to look. In the worst conditions, they didn't always make new fire. They carried it. Glowing embers were placed into containers made of bark, clay, or hollowed wood, wrapped in dry fibers to keep them alive. These embers could last for hours or even days. During long journeys, hunting trips, or storms, this method saved lives. When camp was reached, the ember was placed into tinder and fire returned within minutes. The person carrying fire was trusted deeply because losing it could endanger everyone. Fire was never wasted. It was preserved. Today, fire is just a click away. Lighters and matches have replaced ancient knowledge. But when technology fails, during disasters, power outages, or extreme weather, many people are left helpless. Native American fire knowledge reminds us that survival does not depend on tools, but on understanding nature. Their wisdom was passed through generations, not books. They read the land, felt the wind, and prepared for the worst. Fire was used carefully, respected, and never taken for granted. This knowledge may be fading, but it still matters. The fire you heard about today was not magic. It was wisdom, experience, and respect for nature. If this story opened your eyes to the true strength of Native American survival, then you're in the right place. On Native Bloodline, we explore ancient survival techniques, lost tribal knowledge, and real history that was never taught in schools. Subscribe to Native Bloodline and reconnect with the wisdom that once kept humanity alive. Because technology can fail, but true knowledge never does.